you bundle, you save.
Every time. Even if it's not your flight, even if it's your hotel in that rental. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, if you can bundle it, you're going to save.
You're absolutely going to save. And we've done the math on many occasions. We've looked at, all right, the flight only is this, the hotel only is this. If you bundle them together, we're saving hundreds of dollars. Yep. It's crazy, but it's true. I don't know how that maths. I don't need to know. I'm just going to keep booking it as a package.
It works.
It does work. And then if you also are not aware, a lot of the airlines have their own vacation package portals.
Exactly.
So, American Airlines Vacations, United Vacations, Delta's Vacation, and so forth. So you can go to those particular websites as a consumer and view their vacation packages. They also have travel agent portals, which have even better rates, but you already know. No, that's why I book for Travel Guys International. But
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel
Sexy.
I'm your co-host Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. Okay, guys. Today's episode is actually really, really good. Period. Because y'all be wanting to know how we always outside. And so we're about to tell you. So today's episode is all about how to travel on a budget. Yes. And we're not even necessarily talking about sacrificing your experience. We're just talking about maximizing your coins.
Exactly, because y'all know I'm cheap.
But she's still going to get an experience.
And I'm going to be outside and I'm going to have a good time.
Yes.
On a budget.
Yeah, on a budget. So that is what we're diving into today. But of course, before we jump into all the good tea, a little bit of Gotta Smell from our inbox to yours. What's happening in the world of travel today, Jazz?
This Gotta Smell gave me so much anxiety.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Okay. So there was a young lady who went through immigration in Bali and was denied entry because of her damaged passport.
Yikes. Especially flying all the way to Bali.
Speaking of Bali, we're going to Bali.
We go to Bali.
And that's why I was so anxious.
Because you're like, wait a minute.
Because I'm like, wait, I'm going to Bali in a few months. This might be me, because if y'all ever travel with me, y'all know my passport is not the cutest.
But you gotta tell them why.
I used it as an ID because I'm a lazy girl. We all know that. So when my ID expired, because I don't drive, I don't have a license. So when my ID expired, I used my passport as my ID to get into the bars and stuff, because whatever. Not whatever, apparently, because you cannot travel with a damaged passport. And it says it in the passport. I had to go. I did so much research. I think I'm good.
You were shook.
I think I'm good, but I am going to ask on my next trip. Wow. And I'm like, this one, y'all think this cool for Bali? So I'm doing that in my next international trip, because I'm not going to Bali and getting turned around.
What? First of all, Bali is too far to not have all your T's crossed
so sad
and
for
I's
her.
dotted.
But her passport was tore up.
From the flow up.
The front was ripping back, and it was definitely damaged.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, because if you're like me and you didn't know that this was a rule, basically it's the information in the passport that can't be damaged. No pages can be ripped out. Your photo page, it can't be creased, folded, water damaged. So that's really what it is. I think that water damage, because hers looked like it had some little sogginess to it. So as long as it don't get wet and your front is intact and your pages are intact, you're good. Because they said, we understand wear and tear. You're using it.
It's 10 years you can use it.
Exactly. So it's expected to be worn. However, it is not expected to be damaged.
That's the difference. I'll tell you, I literally learned this from this. I didn't know this was a thing. So I am also happy that I have this podcast. And hopefully you are too.
It's me too, because now I keep my eye on everything. I said, wait, what?
And you know what's funny? Sometimes when you're in destinations, well, maybe not funny, but interesting. When you're in destinations, particularly tropical destinations, you very much need to be mindful of the moisture in the air.
Absolutely.
And then going into your air conditioned rooms and spaces because they still have moisture. You ever open your balcony door and the fog fills up and your floor gets moisture? There's so much air, or excuse me, there's so much moisture in the air for those tropical destinations that I often notice my passport will kind of just curl on its own. Nothing has happened, but I looked into that further, and the research says it's because of the moisture in the temperature change in the destination. Yep. So then, you know, when I get home, I'll like basically put like something heavy on it to flatten it back out. But that has happened to me on multiple occasions. So you also just want to be mindful of stuff like that, because that's a reason that they said people will put their passport in the safes in the rooms.
Exactly.
So that it's temperature controlled.
Exactly.
Because
and that's
I didn't touch the passport.
I'm like, I suggest
it just stayed in my
put
bag.
it in the safe, because I know some people travel while in destination. They don't want to leave it in the room because they're like, I don't want to lose my passport. So now your passport's on the boat with you, on an excursion with you, in your bag, at the bottom of the bag, because like you're scared to leave it in the room. And that's not the best to travel with it, especially around water. But also have a passport cover. We know it's annoying. You got to take it out when you actually present it. However, those are for that.
To protect it.
Literally. So the whole time I'm thinking it's because it's cute. It's literally to keep the passport protected, because if it gets damaged, you can't go nowhere.
Can't go nowhere.
So
and
now we know.
Traveled there, and now you can't get in.
It's crazy.
Whew.
Yeah.
This was an interesting one. I did not know. Learn something new today. You gonna learn today.
Hopefully, I don't gotta get a new passport. Updates to come.
Updates to come. Keep you posted. All right, you ready to jump into these tips for budget travel? Because listen, y'all out there, you're probably spending too much money. You are overspending on your travels.
Absolutely.
I'm almost certain. I don't always know you, but I'm almost certain you overspending on your travels.
Absolutely.
So let's not
do that.
Or let's maximize it if we're going to spend. Because it's okay to spend, but make sure you're earning for them spends. Okay?
Exactly. And that's the real tea.
That's the real tea. So,
it's your girls of 𝗲𝗄𝗆.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗲𝗄𝗆.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of 𝗲𝗄𝗆, shoot us an email at info@𝗲𝗄𝗆.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
So we got a list of all these different tips for budget travel. Yes. And now we want you to know. First one on the list, use membership codes to save on car rentals. And so you're like, membership codes, what is that? Finna tell you. So things like AAA, which you probably already have for your car. AARP, depending on who you are and who's listening. Your Costco membership, like these are membership codes. And also corporate, like your job, use them the way they use you.
Yes,
they got codes
for them rentals.
They got codes for the rentals, for the airport parking. I know this when I used to work for a particular company. I got a discount code for my cell phone bill with AT&T. I got a discount code for my airport parking, for my rental cars, all this stuff. So don't just let the C-level execs be the only ones that know this.
Cashing out, right.
They cashing out, you can too. Your job got corporate codes. Absolutely. So those are the membership codes when we say use membership codes to save on car rentals and other types of things, for sure.
Definitely. And also to check your credit card offers. You talk about travel and using credit cards, getting your points, getting your miles in your purchases. But check those offers that they have, because they also have partnerships with rental companies, with sometimes suppliers that you can book travel with directly, sometimes with the airlines. So checking those offers to see if there's anything that you can benefit from that. Sometimes it's 5 times the points. Sometimes it's a dollar value off. Yeah, for sure. I know, a lot of travel credit cards have, a lot of credit cards in general have those different offers on a monthly or sometimes quarterly basis.
I know American Express specifically has some really, really great offers as it pertains to either cash back on your travel or, as Jasmine mentioned, multiplying your points because you're booking with this particular merchant.
Exactly.
So some of the recent ones I've seen on Amex is like spend $100 on Turo, get a $30 statement credit. So essentially at that point you spent $70 on Turo.
And I know Capital One and Expedia are like besties.
Yeah.
So if you make purchases with any of your Capital One cards, you'll ultimately get like maybe 5 times whatever on whatever the credit card offers booking through Expedia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it'll tell you too, which is great. Like I used my Amex the other day for something on Expedia, Expedia's travel agent platform. Let me correct myself now. We got exclusive little benefit. We get better rates on the travel agent platform for Expedia. Anyways, I used my card, and as soon as I used it, my Amex app popped up and said, you earned this for booking with Expedia. So again, check the credit cards because you could be earning for your points or for your spending, but also you could be getting cash back in the sense of it's giving you a statement credit for using that card with that merchant. So again, I think Expedia's was like spend 100 and get back 50. So essentially now you only spent $50 for whatever you just bought.
Exactly.
That's the tea. That's the real tea. Another one, which I found through this research and thought was extremely cool. Apparently, there is a T-Mobile Tuesday app for T-Mobile users. And in this app, if you have it, every Tuesday,
the deals be dealing.
They drop weekly discounts on rental cars, gas, hotels,
a bunch
theme
of
park tickets, all these different things.
Yeah, the entertainment portion in the T-Mobile Tuesday is excellent.
Yeah.
Because they offer a bunch of different things, like whether, associated with T-Mobile or different restaurants and stuff. But the entertainment and travel portion, just from having T-Mobile,
That's
crazy.
It's
every Tuesday. And a lot of them are reoccurring. So some of them will be like, you might see it twice a month. If it's like a certain discount with like a theme park or something, like, so it's like, if you missed it, it's probably going to come back.
That's so cool to me. Like, AT&T, what y'all doing? Because y'all charge us twice as much as T-Mobile. We don't get no perks.
Yeah, T-Mobile Tuesday is all that. So.
Like, T-Mobile actually be really snapping in a lot of categories as it pertains to travel. They are doing it and doing it right. Like, they were one of the first people to give you free Wi-Fi on Delta flights before Delta decided all flights get free. T-Mobile users got free internet in the sky. Like, so T-Mobile really bangs with travelers. They care about the travelers.
I love that.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, that's another way to save. You getting discounts on the stuff that you're going to buy anyway.
Exactly.
For your travels.
Now, this is a true hack. Now, if you have the flexibility, flying on weekdays. So if you travel specifically on Tuesday and Wednesday, the flight prices are just lower.
Yeah. And there's a method to this. Obviously, most people are working Monday through Friday. So they're typically wanting to leave out on the later portion of the week.
Exactly.
Friday specifically, Saturday maybe, or flying back on a Sunday.
Yep.
So that's
or
why.
Monday.
Or Monday. So that's why those are the higher flight days. And then even with Mondays, a lot of corporate travel occurs on Monday because
the week
you're going to where you gotta be for that week for your job or whatever the case might be. So also Mondays are more expensive. Yeah. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, child, flights be $20.
Okay. Don't let you do a quick little day trip. Literally $20 round trip.
Literally.
If you got free Tuesday,
listen. And you can literally do it like a Tuesday to Thursday. You go cash out. So again, like Jasmine mentioned, if you have the flexibility, you're certainly going to be able to find the best deals for flights on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I definitely think flying out on Saturdays is good too. Next up, book vacation packages. Keyword packages. And y'all, I know not every case allows you to book it as a package, but I and Jasmine will absolutely tell you, when you bundle, you save.
Every time. Even if it's not your flight, even if it's your hotel in that rental, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, if you can bundle it, you're going to save.
You're absolutely going to save. And we've done the math on many occasions. We've looked at, all right, the flight only is this, the hotel only is this. If you bundle them together, we're saving hundreds of dollars. Yep. It's crazy, but it's true. I don't know how that maths. I don't need to know. I'm just going to keep booking it as a package.
It works.
It does work. And then if you also are not aware, a lot of the airlines have their own vacation package portals.
Exactly.
So, American Airlines Vacations, United Vacations, Delta's Vacation, and so forth. So you can go to those particular websites as a consumer and view their vacation packages. They also have travel agent portals, which have even better rates, but you already know. No, that's why I book with Travel Guys International. But if you don't, they have consumer portals as well.
Yeah, because I do think a lot of people do assume if they book their own travel, the best way to do it is a la carte.
A la carte.
And that's not true. You do have those vacations websites and different suppliers that you can access on your own to
book it as a package.
Book it as a package. It's cheaper.
It's absolutely cheaper.
Always.
Almost always. 99.9% of the time you will save.
At least like $50 every time.
At least. At the barest of minimum. And that's like for a little trip that was $500.
Exactly. Exactly. Not even.
We're not even talking about the real trips. Exactly. The big dot. Like, child, please. We've seen it. Exactly. But the other thing I was just going to mention before you said that with packages, there was something else I literally just thought of. Oh, if you are using points and miles, this is where obviously you might not be able to to maximize on a package.
But your flight's free, basically.
But yeah, like you can redeem your points if you wanted to stay for the hotel and then just book your flight, or the vice versa. Redeem your miles for your flight, and then all you have to worry about is booking your hotel.
Or
so
if you're really a baller, just do both, and then
you got plenty of points.
Exactly.
And let it flow, my G.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I would say most importantly, those flight monitoring tools. So that way you can really know, because we talk about money. The whole point is saving.
We talk about cash flow.
So to be able to monitor the prices of the flights, the hotels, like with Hopper is great because you can monitor accommodations as well.
Yeah.
And see how it compares to Google, for instance.
Which is really, really good. Like you can find a lot of flight monitors, but monitoring accommodations
and
is
Hopper
game
prices
changing.
All that for they will get you the lowest price for the hotel. And obviously, again, this is kind of like disconnecting from the package, but again, you're able to get the lowest price. So monitoring, using tools like Google Flights, where you can monitor certain days to see when's the lowest. And the cool thing about Google, they'll tell you, like, this is the best that it's going to be.
Yes,
it's only up from here. Or they'll be like, you know what? Give us 15 days, come back.
We'll let you know.
It might be a little lower, turn this alert on. So reading that information when you're doing your searches is very valuable in Hopper and Google Flight.
Yeah, they're both really, really, really good platforms for that. Another thing that I love about Google is that you can search like on the month view. So again, this kind of goes back to if you've got a little bit of flexibility on the days that you can fly out, you'll be able to look at the full month or months and see the days that are green and know I'm obviously saving on that day because the rate is clearly cheaper. That's why it's green. Versus if you wanted to travel on a different day, you'll see that day is a little bit higher. It will show you. And another good thing too, as we are continuing to talk about flexibility, also with Google Flights, and also some other platforms too, but you can just click anywhere and anytime, and it can tell you where's the cheapest place to go to.
Exactly.
So if you're like, I don't know where I want to go, but I want to go somewhere.
And I want to go next week.
Anywhere. And you can put in your dates or you cannot. You can say any time as well. And Google will just tell you, this is a $20 flight to this day.
Google Flights is a very good platform.
And they continue to update it. Like these are
really
all
killing it on the back end.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are all some newer features that we're talking about that have rolled out in like the last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, and it gets down as granular as like weekly to where you could be like, well, if I go the day before, then I could save $100. Or if I go 2 days after and come back a day after, like it'll literally break down the days for you with the prices. So yeah.
Yeah, Google Flights, we snapping. We appreciate that.
And that's how you get the best bang for your buck.
Because this is how you travel on a budget.
Period.
You're still going to travel. You now get to have more
As soon
experience.
as you get that email, and they give you email, so you're constantly being updated
Alerted.
if anything changes or doesn't change. So when you get that email that it dropped, book it.
Facts. And if you still ain't sure and you're like, well, will it go? Will it not go? You could also opt to hold your fare.
Yes.
Which is another great travel on a budget tip and or hack. I'm actually currently holding a fare because I'm like, I saw this flight for cheaper. And I'm like, should have booked it. I just thought that I'm like, this is a regular price for this.
Yeah.
And also considering where the time fell, I'm like, this is kind of enough time where I don't think this is going to go up. Child, it was up the next day. I was like, ooh, that was a
Mistake.
So anyways, I'm like, all right, fine. I basically haven't seen it drop lower than what the fare is that I'm currently holding. But I did like a 24-day hold fare
To see if it changes.
to see if it changes. With United, it cost me like, I don't know, like $12 to hold it for 20 days. And if it doesn't go down, at least I'm not losing the price that it was when I looked at it the day I held it.
Right.
Because then I'll be real salty if it
went
goes
up
even
triple,
further
right.
up.
So was that through United?
I did it through United,
Okay.
but you can also do it with platforms like Hopper.
Yep.
And I think you can do it with Skyscanner. Don't quote me, but you can definitely do it with. Well, I shouldn't say definitely. There are several airlines that will allow
offer
you
it
to
within
do
their
it.
platform. Awesome. I didn't know that you could do that with United. I know
Yeah.
Hopper's freeze fare thing, but I didn't know that you could do it with the airlines. So I gotta look into that.
Yeah, you can do it with United and you can do it with American. Those are the two that I've tried it with.
Awesome.
And American is great because even without a paid option, so basically you can pay for the longer that you want it to hold it, which is totally understandable. But American has a complimentary 24-hour hold.
Yes.
So you could just hold it for no extra charge and check in with the people,
change.
see what they're doing. Is it going to go down? Can y'all go? Whatever that conversation need to be.
Exactly.
And then not lose that price for 24 hours. So yeah,
I love that.
the hold is important.
Yeah.
Because the reality.
Sometimes it drops. Sometimes
drops as
it'll
well.
be those days where it'll drop. So if you do hold it, it's been times where I've booked a flight and this was like another thing that we shared through a credit card. So because I booked it through them, when the price dropped, they just refunded me on my statement because of the flight, and it was with United. And they refunded me the remaining portion when the flight dropped. And I was like, oh, that's so nice.
Oh, that's awesome, actually.
So,
like, thank you.
Yeah, and I didn't even hold the fare in that instance. That was just because the credit card's relationship with United, that was the policy they had in place. If the price drops after you book it, we'll refund you.
Yes. Y'all got, I know some of y'all like, I don't want no inquiry. I feel you, but let me just say, inquiries is not what they were before. Like, nobody really cares that you got inquiries on your credit card no more. Like, it's not a thing. But y'all need to have some type of card that is going to work for you if travel is a priority.
Absolutely.
There is no reason you should be swiping your GD debit card. Like, please stop doing it.
GD. I'm
You know,
dead.
we're trying to keep it cute.
I know.
Keep it cute for YouTube. But like,
but I literally had to think for a moment.
y'all know what I wanted to say, all right?
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of card is that?
You got card. All right. But I mean, debit card. Please don't do that. You're leaving so many points behind. And like, if y'all learn nothing else from this show, it is maximize your travels. Like, we be telling you, you're going to buy a Sephora anyway. Go to the airline website for shopping and buy the Sephora.
Every dollar you spend
everything
should contribute to a vacation at some point.
Like, I'm thinking, like,
every dollar.
Everybody who,
if that's a goal for you.
But
that's why you're here.
You're flipping houses. You got to go to Home Depot and Lowe's. Don't have a Home Depot or a Lowe's card. Get a travel credit card or an Amex or a Capital One or something that's earning you travel. You had to spend $30,000 anyway on this home improvement.
First to tell you, Home Depot credit card sucks.
Honestly, every any store credit card sucks. Don't sign up for them.
I'm like, oh, I'm in real estate. I should have a Home Depot credit card. I'm like,
no.
I could have made so many flights off of having a Home Depot credit card.
But
so
it is okay though, because guess what?
You live and you learn.
You know now today.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully y'all know now today.
Don't be wasting them dollars.
Do not sign up for any store credit card. I don't care if they tell you about
That's how you know that store credit cards aren't good, because they be trying to get us. Like, it's kind of like a free sample. Like, not at the register. Like, you want to sign up for this?
No.
Everybody doesn't have the option to sign up for everything. So the fact that y'all just out here soliciting these credit cards makes me feel like there's no perks to it.
There are no perks to it. Like, it takes you forever to earn something.
When I was in 8th grade.
Like, it takes you forever to earn something. You're barely getting anything back for it, and you're still sitting at home. Where it's like, if you had to do the home improvement project anyway for them house flippers, that's 30 grand that you could 8 times the points on. That's an entire vacation, baby. So please,
for me,
okay, that's several.
Way more than
that's several vacations for Jasmine.
Absolutely.
But I'm just like, I'm so passionate about that, because I just cringe when I see anybody, and I'm like, oh, I hear people like, oh, well, my credit ain't that good, and da. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Like I said earlier, airline shopping portals, event portals, like anything where you gotta use a card. Just please make it make sense for you.
Make it make travel.
Make it make travel. I'm sorry. Let me get off my soapbox, because that just be burning me up.
No, but I mean, that's the point of the episode. It's because people, we want you to be mindful of the money that you're spending. Yes. And we also don't want you to think that travel's so expensive. Because in the same breath, the person who is, married to their debit card is probably also the person who's like, oh, I can't afford to travel. Like, you be outside all the time. Like, you're irresponsible. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's like, well,
I know. Listen, I see it too much. Like, I see it, and I'm like, I be like,
if you did this, the math not mathing.
You just swiped that card for
on Gucci bags, like
with the debit card. I'm glad Jasmine said it, because
that you got it.
I was like, I can't say this, but I want to say this. I've seen it in Chanel with the debit card. Killing me.
Get you a free flight, sis.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I digress, because y'all gonna do what y'all want to do, but just know.
No, y'all gonna do what we tell y'all to do.
I would hope so, but you're an adult, so go off.
So last on our tips for budget travel would be consider flying out of different airports.
Yeah.
Different airports, as well as with different, airlines. Obviously, I would say being a little flexible.
Yeah.
We brag about Spirit all the time. But I think the flexibility in the area, like especially we talk about being in PHL, we have a lot of airports near us. But checking the close airports around you for those lower prices. I literally just quoted a client for a flight out of Philly versus a flight out of Newark, and it was maybe $300 difference.
Yeah.
With a non-stop flight option out of Newark, actually, where they would have had to lay over if they left out of Philly for this destination.
Yeah.
So it literally will save you so much time and money.
Listen, y'all already know I'm going wherever
the cheapest
and most reasonable like flight experience is, because sometimes it's like I might see something that's leaving from my hometown, but I'm like, oh, but the layover is dumb.
Exactly.
But then you almost guaranteed to find a nonstop out of Newark. Like them
BWI too. BWI.
Them nonstops I'll be like, dang. Yeah. But again, I understand United just has a lot of nonstops to a lot of destinations.
Yes.
And Newark is a United hub. So I'd be like, dang, nonstop.
Yeah.
That might make me jump on the train.
But it's crazy because it's
Newark.
like, right around the corner, but it goes from nonstop to a full day of travel if you leave from home, you know? So it's worth that train ride or asking someone to drop you at the airport, because I've saved 4, 5, 6 hours of my day by just going here versus leaving from home.
Yeah, it definitely, obviously make it make sense, do the math, figure out what value it has to you, but just at the very minimum, look at it. Just see, like, I oftentimes, people will put their request in and they're just so set
on that airport,
and Jasmine mentioned, like, being in Philadelphia, we have the luxury of 7 international airports within 3 hours of us.
Yeah.
Like, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Because no one else really has that.
Every time we share this tip, I'm like, people who live in like different cities are probably like, girl, I do not have that benefit.
Yeah, but I mean,
and I'm like, I feel you, because sometimes it might be like 4 hours to get from fair. Like a, you know, so I'm like, really, this is for our Philly girls or like our East Coasters, really.
Yeah, because
I think we have that advantage. Like, and I'm gonna look into that.
People got it.
I feel like we have the most though.
Like, I feel like if you in like Richmond, you got Richmond, you got.
But see, that's East Coast. That's what I'm like.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of East Coast thing.
Because even in like
Virginia
some places,
people,
like
they
Atlanta has 2 airports. Like some places have multiple airports where, you know, or like Miami, Atlanta, where you can go to Fort Lauderdale, which is awesome. I love that.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah,
always cheaper.
Miami, like the Florida got a lot. Where they can just
if you gotta do a little drive or whatever, you can.
Yeah. They actually really like Palm Beach and this and that. They got a lot. They got a lot going on. Yeah, I mean. Again, the moral of that story is at least look.
Just
like,
look.
You don't have to just automatically Google your home. You can look at airports
especially when that price is high. I'm just like, let's get it down.
Let's go ahead and get that down. As best as we can. Favorite budget travel tip, Jazz?
Packages.
Vacation packages.
Yeah, like I always forget the option to even check like a la carte, because that's something you should do as well to see if it is cheaper, which is not. But I'm such a package girl that I'm like, we gonna throw something in here. Like, we gonna bundle this.
Yep, yeah, and it's true. It's like I was actually looking last night for something, and I was like, it does take a little bit longer and gonna hold you. Like you do have to. All right, it took me an extra 10 minutes because I'm comparing individual versus the package. But it's like, and then you're going to the hotel website, and it's like, I get it, but. It be worth it.
Math be math?
The math be math. So,
packages is where it's at.
Packages is where it's at. I think mine is definitely credit cards. I'm like, I
we
just
felt the passion.
Like, and even if you don't have the like again a specific type of credit card, just have one that's earning you travel, because there's some debit cards that earn in the travel space. And I guess that's okay. I just want you to be earning for your travels, not for your Victoria's Secret cart. Like, where that's taking you. I mean, granted, it could take you somewhere if you just want to post it on the gram when you in it or whatever, but
not OnlyFans.
I'm just saying. But if it's not for that reason,
then put it on a credit card.
then don't worry about it. So that's my one, because I just want everybody to stop leaving the points on the table, please.
No points left behind.
We say it every episode. No points left behind.
No points.
Okay, care about your miles and your points the same way you care about
your kids. Like, no.
It's funny. I was going to say kids, and I was like,
extreme.
I think that's extreme, but that's kind of how I feel about it, though. That's how I feel. Either way. Please be outside and use these tips to be outside on a budget. Because if you didn't know, but now you know today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next vacation experience to life.
Period. And we make sure you get outside on a budget. That's not even an option. So visit us at Travel Goddess INTL, and we're going to get you on a budget-friendly vacation.
Okay? But again, it's budget-friendly, but it don't got to feel like
it don't gotta feel cheap.
It's not cheap.
It's a difference between budget-friendly and cheap.
Thank you.
That's why I gotta stop saying I'm cheap, because then y'all think that I'm like,
because she not. She not.
No.
It's savvy.
Frugal.
She's savvy. There's the difference. She's using travel credit cards.
Okay. Period.
And then you can use your travel credit card to book the travel deal of the week, because you need to get on this deal, and then you also need to earn really miles and points for your next vacation. That's how we doing it. So the travel deal of the week is a 5-day, 4-night trip to El Salvador.
On my list.
I know. Early October, Thursday to Monday, with round-trip flights via United Airlines from IAD, which is Washington, D.C., which is
close to us.
I was going to say, we just were talking about variety in the airport.
Exactly.
Okay. Staying at 4-star hotel accommodations, the Hilton San Salvador. So you'll have your washcloths, all of that for $590 per person.
That is so good.
United flights and Hilton stay.
Yeah.
$590, 5 days and 4 nights.
So good.
Child.
At the Hilton at that, like,
yeah, that joint is crazy.
And
actually,
it's over the weekend. It's a long weekend.
It's a long weekend. Thursday to Monday. This is out of control.
This is really good.
This is
Thursday to Monday is the icing on the cake for real.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
And so y'all already know.
Y'all already know.
This is a premium travel
too
deal.
Good to not be a premium. I already knew.
So for that little $9 a month, you can go ahead and get yourself a premium membership.
Period.
And
get these good deals because come on, what's that? $5.99 still under $600.
Literally for a full vacation.
The membership and the package. Come on now.
Snapped for the whole
that's
vacation.
Good. I'm gonna have to check my schedule.
Send that to Boo.
Yeah, I might have to
see what we can do. Because it's on your list. It is
on my list.
I'll tell you, I've been to El Salvador. This is a steal.
That's a steal.
This is a steal because the flights to El Salvador are very, very funny. Like price point. Price point
most of
wise.
the time they $9 and up.
Yeah. I mean, well, I haven't seen them be $9, but I've definitely seen them be $400 to $700. So for your accommodations and your United flight
for under $600.
Yeah, this is a steal.
And a Hilton accommodation.
Yeah, this is crazy actually. As I'm really thinking it through because I put it on here, but as I'm walking through it, this is insane.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So go ahead and book that, buy that membership. Click the link in the show notes and get this deal. Okay. And I'm not sure if they have brunch in El Salvador. Oh, you know what? They do actually have brunch in El Salvador at the place where the rainbow slide is.
There you go. Oh,
look at that.
I want to go to that rainbow slide.
So see? Bad, y'all. It's time to get brunchy.
I could get brunch and do the rainbow slide.
Yes.
That should have been this week's brunch abroad. But this week's brunch abroad is still fun. It's the Jetway Cafe in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
So I don't know if I talked about this one. I might have did, but
this is new to me.
It's literally an airplane. So it is a cafe that is literally like a landed airplane. I want to say it's an actual airplane. Like if not, it's a perfect model one.
Yeah.
But you go in and it's like plain like seats that are like booths. They have like a menu that's like
cool.
The like departure sign, and it's just so cute.
That is really cool.
It's such a cute little place, and obviously it's a breakfast brunch spot cafe.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like two of my favorite things. So
brunch and flying.
So I have to go there. It's in Fort Lauderdale, so I'll probably go my next Miami trip, and then make that a stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so cute.
That sounds really cute. And like, I love it because it sounds like an experience.
It's such an experience.
Sounds like an experience. It sounds like a good little content. Exactly. And then, also, brunch and the whole thing. So, okay. The Fort Lauderdale has a lot of little gems.
They do got some gems. I honestly might just have to go to Fort Lauderdale.
You probably should just go to Fort Lauderdale.
And stay there.
Yeah. Because the Hollywood Beach.
Yeah.
It's good. Yep. I'm fine with that. Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jasmine. How much does a flight have to be in order for you to consider using points to book it or to buy it? Because I be hoarding my points sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you.
You go first. I think my answer is layered.
Okay. Mine is $500. And I actually set this like a long time ago, and I probably could stand to reevaluate it. I don't know. But I just feel like if it's under $5, I'll make it work.
Yeah.
And listen, if I got the Klarna the flight, I'm a Klarna the flight, okay? Because I'm going to be there regardless. But I feel like after that, I can start to kind of look at what the point value is for my purchase. Because in my mind, I like to try to save my points or my miles for grander experiences. Like, so if I want to cash in for the lie flat seat when I go to Bali, I would rather have the points for that. Or if I want to stay at the St. Regis when I go to the Maldives, I'd rather have the points for that. So I kind of am a points hoarder, but I have to be careful because I learned a very valuable lesson when I went and logged into, I think it was my Delta portal. It's one of these portals recently, and I was like,
expired.
where are my And I knew that they expire, but I just didn't know the when. So that's the other thing. Certainly check, because they will tell you when. Yep. So now I'm like, you know what? As I talk about this, just use them.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, my answer is layered, because like I try to hoard points as well, but then I'm also like mindful of like, wait, isn't it like, does this expire soon? Or like, how is this working? So like I was going to also say 500, but I have used points for under that based on those circumstances. So like, these points about to expire, or this stipulation or whatever. So it really depends. So I'm like, I'm more of a like, let me use them, I'm gonna get more like type of person. Because I used to hoard them and just love to see them pile up, like, you know, and I'm like, it's something about that. But then I'm like, well, it's kind of like saving, where you like, oh, you saving all this money, but you don't like necessarily have a goal for it or whatever. So then it's like, you're going to watch it like build up and then dwindle down. So I'm like, let me just use them. I'm gonna get more.
And I think you also touched on a good point there when you said having a goal for it. So I think that's also maybe part of the problem, where I'm like, I think I've said this before, where I don't have a travel bucket list. So I don't really have like I want to be here, I want to go here. And if I did, or if I set a goal, then I know, all right, boom, I'm trying to get to the 70,000 points because I want to book the lie flat seat. To
even when you
X.
said that, that's what I thought immediately.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good goal to be like, I want to have this for, you know, for that.
So I think that that's the intentionality, but also having status with certain airlines will shield your points from being taken away or from expiring. So I realized, I think it was actually Delta, because I don't have any type of status with Delta. So that's also a thing to consider. If you have status, in especially with Delta, status, they got you. they snatched the mess out of those. But if you have status, some in a lot of different tiers, your points and your miles are protected. So consider that also. But yeah,
read. It's so much to read. That's
it's
like,
so
I
much
just
to
use
read.
them because I'll be like, it's too much to read and keep up with. And they talking about like this one for this and this one's like, just use the points, take them. Like,
just take them.
Whoever has the cheapest like claiming
redemption,
redemption
just
value.
take them.
Like, it was $11. You could take it. Cost me nothing.
Well, what is your threshold on the dollar amount that the flight got to be in order for you to use your points and miles? Comment below, let us know. And if you don't have points and miles to use,
Tosh gonna beat you.
I'm not even gonna beat you. I'm just going to tell you, please get a card that is going to earn you the points and miles, because what are we talking about?
We made so many episodes about this, and Tosh is still on y'all. If y'all don't have a credit card that y'all get points with yet, you're in trouble.
Please drop also in the comments your preferred travel credit card.
There we go. So then you can just browse your options.
So then for those that don't have it, they can look to see what others are using. And now we're one big happy traveling points and miles family.
Period. Send them referral. You can even drop your referral link.
Drop your referral link. Boom.
There you go. Make you a little coin.
There you go. Then you earn miles for sharing and they earn miles for using your link. Everybody wins at Travel Fly Sexy.
And we outside.
And then you can use them to go to Bali with us.
Period.
In the fall.
We are going to Bali. See y'all in Bali, October 25th to
November.
to November 1st.
We'll be there.
You can pay now. So click the link in the show notes and read the itinerary and secure your spot.
Right. Drop your deposit. Or use that new travel credit card. Go ahead and pay the whole thing.
Period.
You know you got that spending. You got that minimum spend in order to get that bonus.
That's my favorite.
Oh,
I love a good little
this
bonus.
episode was jam packed with gems. If you ain't learned anything, I don't know what to tell you.
Period.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episode on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝐻. Like, share, comment. We love it.
Engagement, period. And if you have a product or a service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of TFS, shoot us an email, info@travelflysexy.com.
Yes, and leave us reviews. Your feedback is valued. Leave us reviews on whatever platform, on YouTube. Feel free to send us any suggestions on episodes that you want to hear about. It helps us grow.
Yes. So we want to give you the content that you want to hear about. Hopefully we've been doing great thus far.
Yes. And subscribe to our Patreon because that's a thing now.
Oh my goodness. Burr, 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 burr. The Patreon is live.
Yeah. So subscribe to our Patreon. It's free right now, but we will be adding some paid tiers as we build it out. But yeah, we'll see you there.
We'll see you there. I think that's it. I think we're good. Get your points and miles game up.
Period.
Budget travel. And
subscribe
be outside.
to Patreon and see you on Bali. That's your to-do list.
Until next time, guys. Bye.